Good morning. This is Jackie. Jackie's Crazy Carnivore Corner. It is quiet this morning. It's my cat wanting attention. He's 14 pounds. Oh, kitty. And he still acts like a kitten. So anyway, I didn't say anything last week. I did make a video, but I didn't like it. I tend to ramble, and I rambled. So anyway, I cleared that out. Today, let's see here, I have cleared, 5 weeks carnivore. We'll call it ketovore. I do spices. I will do like a diet sugar-free monster. There was a couple days when I drank a lot of sugar-free monsters. Those were days where I still need that coping mechanism. It's just, some days are just rough. I'm mad at the world. My husband and I got in an argument. I didn't sleep. Next day I did go into work, but I was exhausted. It was just, you know, there's moments that's hard. So mostly it's carnivore, but I'm not afraid to use spices. For the most part I don't, but I'm not afraid to. We still got the occasional, like I said, diet drink. And 2 meals a day, sometimes 1. I did try a couple days this week, 3 days this week, right? A tablespoon of butter at lunch, and then, oh, excuse me, and then my normal supper as soon as I got home from work. Fuzzy's very affectionate. I haven't lost weight this week, so I'm guessing that's not going to work for me. I was hoping to work on autophagy, for the gal, however they say that. I think I might be getting sick, but we don't want to say that out loud. But anyway, I was hoping to work on the, getting rid of some dead skin and stuff like that. Some loose skin in time, and slowly starting it now. Fuzzy here. Anybody want to say hi to Fuzzy? Fuzzy is going on, he'll be 15 years old soon. Fuzzy is a carnivore. He's eaten a carnivore diet most of his life. Yes, he will eat anything, and he does love the taste of dry food, but we have to keep it out of here. He likes a lot of things. He likes flavor. He's a normal cat dog kind of scenario. He's normal, just like us. We want our ice cream too, right? He's no different. But he likes this. He gets ground chicken with organs. This year we actually have pork and beef organs and a little bit of rabbit organs. It was a mix this year. We know from past that he's not allergic to any of those meats, so him and the dog get that, and they do really good on it. He's had canned food for like a couple times. There was a point in his life when he was younger, for about a year, he was fed canned food and did well, but their poop and pee stunk. It really stunk, and they were addicted. So we got him back on the ground carnivore diet, and it's been really good since. We just stick with it, make it once a year. No big deal. He does get little fresh tidbits from our plates, or when I'm cooking. Him and the dog both get fresh bits of meats here and there. He likes liver. The dog does not. The dog loves heart. Fuzzy, I better cut it small if he's going to eat it. He's not going to work on that one. So he's 15 and very healthy. He had blood work done a year ago. He got hurt by another cat, and that injury caused a bladder infection. So he had to have that treated, and he was had an argument with the vet over it because the vet wanted to put him on his cat food. No, he's not eating that. And they ended up drawing his blood and found out he is 100% healthy for an old cat, and he kind of pissed me off by calling him geriatric. He's not geriatric. He's my baby. He's gonna live forever. So anyway, he's left. He's had enough. So anyway, after the vet ended up drawing down the road, the vet drew the dog's blood work too. He figured out that they are very healthy on my diet and leave me alone. Look at that. I got wrinkles this morning. A lot of them this morning. So anyway, this is week 5. We're going to carnivore, ketovore. It depends on my day. I don't care. Call it dirty carnivore. I don't really care. Ooh, that is rather deep this morning. Anyway, overall it's gone well. No binging, no attempting to binge. There's been my moments where I think about it. I want ice cream. Oh, excuse me. I just got up about a half hour ago. It was a rough night. My husband's sick. So he can't breathe. So he's rolling around in bed all night. He's got the head of the bed up a little bit, which makes it hard on my back. I don't like it. I'm a side sleeper, so that kind of puts me in a kink. Anything for him. I am pale this morning too. Jeez, I wonder if I'm getting it. We need some better lighting or something. Anyway, the last 2 weeks has gone very well. Like I said, I've had issues. Went through my period. It was late. Couple weeks of crazy, because it was late. A couple weeks of crazy. I am 46. I have started perimenopause. Because when it's late, I have I have actually extra PMS. I had 3 days where I could have eaten people alive. I was that angry at everyone. Now, I was fine with my husband, and if I was home, I was fine. But it was not a good 3 days to take me out in public. Not good at all. I was angry. I just hated everyone. Nothing made me happy. I just wanted my husband and my pets and be home and leave me alone. That's all I wanted. And I think one day I went to work. This time of year, my bosses are super busy. I barely see them. Some days they don't even talk to me. They're just busy. So thankfully that Thursday there was no bosses to bitch at me. They don't usually bitch at me. But, you know, you just want left alone on those days. I have had Thursdays at work are my Fridays. So I have several weeks in a row now ordered a large pizza, meat deluxe, and I just eat the toppings. Usually I don't even eat the whole thing. I have one of my bosses. He's a young guy, early 30s, single. He gets a lot of what I eat, so he'll snag some of it. He's taken crust. He's taken slices of pizza. I just feed him. It's easier. I don't know. He's super nice, and something about those unmarried guys, the rest of us tend to take care of them. So like I said, once a week I'll eat all the pizza toppings. I know there's some tomato sauce in there. I don't think it's going to kill me. It's best not to, but I'm having those moments I want it. And I did not bring lunch Thursday. I don't know why, but I didn't. Oh, excuse me. And so I ended up ordering that pizza, ran to town and got it, come back and ate the toppings while I worked. I think I'm starting to get a little more neck back to me too. A lot of loose skin. I can see it already. I am sitting in a weird angle. May not be as bad if I was straight on. No, it's not as bad straight on. Yeah. Huh, there's some loose skin. Gee whiz. Anyway, always our worst. At it, picking on ourselves, right? Always awful. So it's been good. I've eaten a lot of my chuck roast steaks. Last night, it was just the two of us. My kids, my younger 2 kids are teenagers. They're 16, 18. And my oldest is 24. The 2, of course, live here. And so they were gone. The one was at work and the other one went to his grandfather's. So we went and bought some T-bones. They looked really fatty. They looked really marbled, but they didn't taste great. Which is weird because I went to my favorite grocery store to buy them. Usually I buy T-bones and my chuck roast from them. But I forgot to buy my chuck roast, and I am out of chuck roast, so not sure what I'm going to eat this week. I really don't want to eat cook ground burger at home and take it to work. It's going to be cold. Ground burger is not good cold. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But Yeah, I screwed up. Oh, excuse me. Forgot to pick up a couple chuck roasts for this week. I would have bought them even if they weren't on sale. Just because that's what I've been eating for so long. The week prior, on week 4, at the end of week 4, I weighed 131 pounds. Excellent. My weight has bounced up to, 231. My weight has bounced up to 233 all week. It's kind of bounced up and down. This morning it was back at 231, so there's a very good chance it's going to drop in the next couple of days, what they call the whoosh effect. But it seemed to have missed this week. So I really do question if eating 1 tablespoon of butter at lunch and then a supper helped with weight loss. I was really hoping, you know, for 3-4 pounds this week. By doing that, I'm sure there was some autophagy going on. But besides being cantankerous, when I get home and I want to eat now, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it really helped because normally I can lose a couple pounds a week anyway. I was just hoping to kind of speed it up just a tiny bit. So we'll see what happens. I do need to get some beef. I'm married to a beef farmer. We have a beef that is 1.5 years old and needs to get butchered now. But he's sick. There's always a reason we're doing something. We are so busy this time of year. It's hunting season. The crops are out. He got the zoom, got the crops out. It's hunting season. He's building fence. You know, putting up hot wire for the cows, moving stock, getting the tractors and everything put up for the winter, done. He's just busy this time of year. And we need to butcher the steer. It's going to take a full day to butcher it. It's going to take hours to kill it, get it hung. And then it's got to sit in the barn for several days. And it's going to be 60s. It's going to be 60s this week. So it's too warm to hang it in the barn. Yeah, we hang them in the barns. We have a barn that we can close up. It's quite drafty, but we close it up and we wrap a sheet around them. And they hang as long as the weather is good for it. But right now it's too warm. The only thing is it's going to go from too warm to too cold because you don't want it to freeze out there. So I keep pushing. A friend has a cooler for this purpose, and I keep pushing him to take the steer there, but he hasn't done it. He won't do it. He says, no, I don't want to bother him. I don't want to bother him. We need to get that steer butchered. I am buying beef in town. We do have ground beef here, but it's very lean. But that's what we're eating. And that and deer, that's a problem because we have the ground beef is from the calf and then deer. I'm sure a lot of you don't know the story on the calf. We had a weanling calf, about 300 pounds. She was small. When we weaned differently this year and put them in different pens, and 2 of them got out. We got them caught that first night and put them back. Didn't think nothing of it. Next morning we get a phone call right at dawn. Somebody hit one calf on the highway and the other calf was bolting down the highway. So we get there and the calf is got a huge bonk on its head and she can barely stand up with help. And I'm like, you know, it's possible she's got a concussion. It's possible we could save her. My husband's like, no, we're just going to put her down. So we put her down and we butchered her. 60 pounds of meat on a 300-pound calf. You do not want to butcher a 300-pound, or a 300-pound calf. Don't do it. The bone ratio is not good. But we did the best we could. The other calf was found that night, about a mile from where they got hit. Thankfully, she got in. A farmer has some really crappy fence. And she got through and she got in with his beef herd. So she hung out with his herd for over 2 weeks. Come weaning time, when he needed to wean his own calves, that's when they sorted her off with his calves, and then they sorted her out. So she is back and in a better pen. That worked out good. our farm insurance is taking care of the truck that hit the calf. It was a brand new pickup. Which, no, nothing is good with that. I've never had a calf get hit, but nothing is good for that one. I mean, I don't care if it's an old car. There is no good out of that one. And we've never dealt with that. Thankfully, the insurance covered it, took care of it, you know. Our farmer's insurance took care of it. No different than if your dog went out on the road and got hit, your homeowner's policy would take care of it. Same concept. That's why you have insurance, I guess. This time the insurance paid for itself. We've never used this insurance. We've paid out more probably than the farm's worth, really. But this time it paid off probably good $15,000 because that's a brand new pickup. And she tore the shit out of it. So, bad there because, you know, that calf was worth $1,000. But it is what it is. They just wouldn't stay in. You know, when they got out the first time, it was dark and we couldn't tell where they got out. And so we put them both up and figured they just jumped something, you know, spooked, whatever. And the cows are right across the fence too. There's no reason for this. But her mom was a couple miles away. Her mom was not across the fence, but the old cows were. So anyway, it was just a bad ordeal. But we do have her meat down there. We ground most of it in burger. The texture is different than an older cow. Some would say, oh, it's so tender. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'll eat it. This fat lady likes to eat, but I'm not a fan. But we have packages of ground burger down there, and we tend to mix our ground burger with our ground deer. We're not fond of ground deer. We're deer hunters, but we're not fond of deer meat. We eat it because we kill it, because my husband loves to hunt, but we're not fond of it. So we mix the ground deer in with the ground beef. Usually I have fattier beef to mix in with it, but this time I don't. I'm tired of buying beef. Tired of it. I know the way I eat, and predominantly beef. It's kind of required that I buy more beef, but I don't like it. Seems silly that I'm married to a beef farmer and I don't have beef. Of course, he thinks I should eat other stuff and sides, then I won't have to eat another beef. That doesn't work either. We did butcher a bunch of chickens. My birds are more egg-laying birds. My hens are all egg layers. My roosters are both. So the youngsters, the 4-month-old birds that I butchered, there's not much meat on them. That was a huge waste of money feeding them for 4 months. And they all raise their own chicks, so it's going to be hard keeping them off eggs next year because I don't want more of this. So we have them in the freezer. We ate some of them, and it tasted fine. It tasted just fine. Unfortunately, we skinned them to make it go faster instead of plucking. And there's not much fat because we skinned them. You know, the meat's a little drier. There's no fat. That part sucks. But they tasted fine. And we have pork. Not a lot of pork, but a little bit of pork. I had some of the pork twice last week. And it did not go down well. It tasted overly oily. And I don't know why. One was pork chops and the other one was shoulder steaks, my favorites. They tasted rancid. That would be a good saying. They tasted rancid, and there's no reason for it. We butchered these hogs last spring. Hog hangs out just fine in our freezer for a year. These tasted rancid. So that's very upsetting. I don't know if it's just that hog, because he didn't taste rancid before, or if it's me. I don't know. Trying to think what else is down there in the freezers. Besides deer, we eat deer. We have goats, but we don't eat them. We keep talking about it, but it's never happened. We have the steers. We have deer. We don't eat turkey because my husband doesn't hunt turkey anymore. Last year, right after Thanksgiving, I bought 5 turkeys on sale. We're finally getting to the last one. We're still eating turkey. I should pop that sucker open. I'm not really a fan of it. I make like chicken nuggets, kind of the concept turkey nuggets out of it. Use pork rinds as a batter. Works great. And I put them in my New Wave. So you don't lose the batter in the frying pan. It works great. Takes a while, but it works great. But I'm tired of turkey. We've eaten 4 turkeys throughout this year. We package them up. Can't eat it all in one meal, so we'll have like 2 meals of turkey that week, and the rest of it gets packaged up. So there's going to be random packages. They're labeled of turkey in the freezer. I saw one the other day. It's a turkey breast, the other breast that we couldn't eat, because we'll eat a meal of the turkey legs, of the legs and thighs. That's a family size meal, plus some. And then we'll use like 1/2 the breast for a meal, and then we'll still have the other half of the breast. But nobody wants to eat that much turkey in a week. I don't think I'm going to be buying turkey this year. Don't think I'm going to be buying turkey this year. That's probably mainly what we eat. We eat a little bit of chicken, not a lot, but a little bit of chicken. I'm just not a fan anymore, you know. Just not a fan anymore. I want my beef. I haven't figured out if I need to watch my calories or what I need to do with my beef. If I eat too much at once, excuse me, you know, if I eat too much at once, does it raise my blood sugar? If I need to eat at lunch and not eat at supper, or eat a tiny bit at supper, I need to figure this shit out, because I want to lose 70 pounds. I'm down to, let's see, I've already lost 25. I need to lose 70 pounds, and we agreed I can have the mommy makeover surgery. I have to save the money because my husband pays all the household bills and everything for the farm. So I buy groceries and like Christmas presents and needed small items that we need in the home. So he pays most of the stuff. So I have to save the money to get the surgery. It's going to happen. So I got to lose 70 more pounds. We are planning in January 2025 is the plan. Technically, by numbers, this should not be a problem. You know, next summer, should have it gone, right? We'll see if that works. But it has gone well. Carnivore, Keto, whatever. It has gone very well for me this time around. I've changed how I look at it. I say I'm making better habits. I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to be this way for life, forever. And I'm already 46. I'm 46. My life is half gone, and I've lived most of it heavy. I don't want to be this way. I just don't. I had to change. I simply cannot eat the stuff that everybody else does. It drives me to binge. I want it, and there's not enough of it to make me happy. And then I get sick, and I already have so many health conditions because of the way I eat. I have Hashimoto's disease, so my thyroid doesn't work. Actually, they say the thyroid itself may or may not work, but the liver does not turn the hormones into usable hormones for the thyroid to use. That's actually what happens. So we need to get that liver working properly. And right now I'm taking medication, 2 over-the-counter prescriptions for my thyroid. And my thyroid, they're not being used. It's just pissing them out. It shows in the blood work they're there, but the body's not absorbing it. The body is not using it. The pituitary gland is still asking for more because it's not getting it. So that's that. I am basically no extra thyroid drugs in me. I am mustering this shit on my own. I mean, I'm taking them, but they're not helping. I have started taking desiccated thyroid. They're from beef, grass-fed beef in little caplets. I take 2 a day. I don't know if that's helping or not. They say that's the best route, though, in my position, so I'm doing what I can do, considering the situation. I did this to myself. I hate the word gluttony. Yes, it was gluttony, but our brains override everything. Our taste buds and our brains override everything. I can't just eat a little bit of ice cream. I have to eat all of it. And I'm going to order a large because I know I want all of it. And I want to be so stuffed, I can't take another bite. And that will make me happy. And then once I'm not stuffed anymore, my brain is screaming for more. And smoker, heroin addicted, don't matter. I am addicted to the carbs. I am addicted. There's chemicals in my brain that want it so bad, and it's awful. I cannot control it, so I have to avoid, just like a druggie. It's hard around other people. It's hard because they like to stick that shit in other foods. There are chips in the house. I am okay with it at the moment. They're not good chips. They're not like Doritos or anything like that. They're the Tostitos dipping chips. My husband once decided yesterday he wants me to make a cheese dip, and then they'll eat. It's a meaty cheese dip. It's a really thick, meaty, lots of meat cheese dip, and they'll use the chips to scoop it out and eat it. So he was thinking, do I want 2 bags? I'm like, no, you're not getting 2 bags of chips. It's just him and the 2 kids. So we'll do that. Oh, excuse me. We'll do that. We'll make that one night for them, and I'll find eggs or leftovers or something to eat. That's no problem. Tonight I have, I bought a bunch of pork tenderloins on sale. So tonight we're going to stuff them. There's, what's in it? Cream cheese, pickled hot peppers. I made them myself. And, as your cream cheese, pickled hot peppers. And I think he puts a little bit of mozzarella cheese in there. He opens it up, slices a chunk out of the middle, puts all this mixture in, puts it back down, and then he wraps it. I'm actually going to season it this time, the outside of it. Might even season the inside. But then wrap it with bacon really well. And then this time, since he's going to be hunting, I'm planning on putting it in the oven so I don't have to deal with flare-ups. That's my game plan, is cook it in the oven. Because on the grill he has to deal with flare-ups and watch it really close. But he's going to be hunting. We have friends coming over tonight, so I don't want to have to deal with the flare-ups. And I cook on the grill. I'm just not really great at it. So we're going to put it in the oven. So that'll be supper. I know we have other plans. We talked about things. It's early, I don't remember. I'm watching my fish. I have 2 fish tanks over there. The light's not on yet, and they're trying to get my attention. They're all up in this one corner, flipping around, trying to get my attention. Evidently, they want the lights on. They want fed. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. It is, oh, my goodness. I gotta get up and do something, huh? I do need to clean some house. And I need to work on sewing machines. I repair vintage sewing machines and sell them. Part-time, very part-time now. I used to do full-time, did really good at it. And then COVID hit. And yeah, a few people wanted sewing machines from me, but it's like everybody was selling them but me. I couldn't sell very many during COVID. and everybody pulled them out of their basements, and everybody's grandma had one. I did not sell very many. And since then, since COVID, the market has been flooded with sewing machines, so it's been really hard to move them. So I have over 400. I shop really well. So we're trying to get some of these worked through because we want to empty out the garage again, because it's a mess. My center stall is full of sewing machines and cabinets, and we need to get that out. So we're working on them, and my daughter's been pulling out of the old shop. I'm like, no, stop pulling out of the old shop. They're fine in there. We need to get them out of the garage and the front porch. So she actually took a couple out of the old minivan. The old minivan's been sitting undrove for a while. So he wants to get rid of the minivan. It needs to be scrapped. It's not going into drive anymore. So she's been old reliable. She really has. I've owned her for 10 years. And it was 10 years old when I bought it, and it had 100,000 miles, 130,000 miles on it when I bought it, and it has 228,000 miles now. I didn't drive it really a lot, like twice a week, but in the first few years we took it to Texas, we took it to Pennsylvania, you know, we took it to Michigan, you know, she's been all over this country. And that van's been an excellent minivan. We haven't really put much money into it, really. It's just been a really good vehicle. And I bounced so many deers off the front of that van. Just keeps going. Nothing has stopped it. The kids have both took their time with it. Josie had to drive it. My daughter had to drive it for almost a year. You know, she went to town, or you know, before she was given a car, her brother gave her a car, she had to drive the van. And then when her car, the motor locked up on the car, then she had to drive the van again. And then she finally got her own car. Her dad gave her a car. So Lucas finally got his license, and he's been driving the van. And I keep telling him not to be rough with it. She can't take the rough. Well, he just drives it 3 miles into town. To go to work. He's not allowed to drive to school. School's 30 minutes away. Not allowed to drive the van to Stad's. The van is 30 minutes. Stad is 30 minutes away. I noticed I got in the van one day, and the steering's weird. The steering wheel's clear over to the right. This is odd. And even though I don't drive very often, you know your vehicle. And I mean, it was just a year ago from now when I parked it, and the kids took it over. So I drove it, and it was jerking to the right, or no, jerking to the left. I'm like, what on earth? And I mentioned it to a mechanic, and we talked about its age, and he said the tie rods are worn out, a couple other things affecting its steering, and it's probably not the safest anymore. So it's no longer a highway vehicle, evidently. So my son just drove it to work and back, gravel all the way there and back. But a couple weeks ago, his brother gave him a 93 Honda. It's got 250,000 miles on it. Yeah, the motor sounds great. My son's like, it's going to go forever. Yeah, Hondas work great. They did go a long time, but forever is a little extreme. I won't let him put much money into it besides basics. It needed headlights. It needs a new pipe put in because it will leak a little gas up high. So it needs that fixed. And there's just there's things that needs fixed. They're minor, but they need done. And I won't let him replace the hood or anything like that because it's a lot of money into a very old car that's fallen apart. But maybe he'll get lucky and it'll get him till he graduates. So the van, he told me the other day that it started. The van always starts. And he put it in drive and it made a clunk and did not move. So we've emptied out the van. My husband has not actually played with it to see what's up, because we would prefer to drive it to the junkyard. Oh, I kind of feel bad for hauling it off to the junkyard, but it can't stay here and just sit and rot. There's no point in that either. But I mean, I've had that van a long time. I put it in a few ditches. That one ditch was scary. That was a very icy night. That was a scary ditch, and it was scary pulling it out because it was steep and angled, and it took the tow truck driver had a wrecker, and thank God it was the owner of the tow truck company. He knew what the hell he was doing, and a farmer with a tractor. The two of them to pull the van out of that ditch without keeping it from flipping over. It was a night. I mean, that van's been through it all with me, so maybe like my dog, I don't know. Oh, God damn, what's wrong with me? I need some beef, evidently. But yeah, the van's gonna go to the scrapyard this week. It's been emptied out. My daughter emptied it out yesterday. I should have emptied it out. I heard there was like $15 worth of change in there. I should have emptied it out, cleaned it out myself. But she got a couple sewing machines out of it. She's been working on one of them. The cabinets, she scrapped the doors off the sewing machine cabinets because some of the doors are sellable. And just normal, for us, normal work. I'm always so busy, it's hard catching up with my work, because by the time I get home, I worked 4 10-hour days. When I get home, I just want to flop down. I don't want to budge. I don't want to talk to anybody besides my husband. Just leave me alone. And then on the weekends, like yesterday, we ran errands most of the day. We got back after supper. We ate supper at like 7. So we got back late. And then today, I'm looking at everything going, I'd rather watch a Western. Just not move and watch a Western. My back does hurt really bad. But, you know, if I got up and moved, it'd probably help. My husband's in bed sick. Not carnivore. But he's in bed sick, sinus drainage all night. He's uncomfortable, snoring. He's lifted the head of the bed up a little bit. It's uncomfortable for me. I am probably getting it. We pass everything very willingly. And we were joking about that yesterday too. I tackled him yesterday morning, and afterwards he's like, you know, I'm sick. It is life, right? It's what we have an immune system for. So, yeah, 5 weeks, 5 weeks, ketovore, carnivore, something, just something, better than the American Standard Diet, something, doing good, planning on sticking with it for life. I'm at 231 pounds now. I plan on going to be to 160 pounds, that is my goal. And after that, we're going to give her a few months, and then I'm going to have surgery to put my breasts back up and reduction. I've had giant boobs since I was a teenager. Huge. Huge. And they're huge now. I wear a triple D, and they sag down to my belly button. But they're still huge. So a reduction and a lift, put it all back up where it belongs. I want to see a C, just a plain old C. That's all I want is a plain old C. Oh, it's funny. Long ago, that'd be like, no, we need bigger. No. Young ladies, I'm telling you, you don't want bigger. They hurt. And so they're going to get taken off and put back up. And that flap on our bellies that we all get, it's going to be taken off. Apparently they also stitch up the muscles in your tummy, the muscles that go up and down, straight up and down. As us women, every time we have kids, they get wider apart a lot of times, and they're going to stitch that up. They claim it'll help snatch your waist. I hope it doesn't hinder with working out. I'm not a huge workout fanatic. I'm a fan, but not a fanatic. I think it's great. I want to do it so bad. I want to lift weights, but then finding the time and the energy. Time and energy. Energy is so hard. Alright, well this is getting long, so we're almost down to 40 minutes, so I'm amazed I haven't been interrupted anymore. So I'm going to get off of here. I think I am pretty pale though today. Y'all have a great day, great week. Do your best and try to heal yourself. The only way you're going to do it is fixing your food. And you may not be able to heal it, but you can definitely help it, okay? We only have one life. And so many people think food is the only great, fun thing I have in my life. I need food. I need pleasure. If food is the only pleasure in your life, you've got a serious problem. My father-in-law says that. He has his son. So what's he need food for? He has my husband. He's very much a daddy's boy. So, fix your food. Don't look for outside sources. It's not going to work. Medication is not going to work. Fix your food. Eat the beef with the fat. Don't go lean. Eat the beef with the fat. Fix your food. Alright, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a good keto and carnivore day.